Right, this is actually now 7 minutes. Wow, perfect, just perfect. So anyways, each bear with me, I memorized the thing in my head. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to the channel, my name is Nomta or Ilo, whatever feels comfortable for you. If you are returning Sabi, wasabi! If you guys watched Kicking It when you're growing up, you know Bobby, wasabi! But anyways, today I am going to be taking you guys, actually today's Thursday, I'm not sure if this part of the video is going to be posted, but I just thought to update you guys. So up next on Following Your Dreams, I basically am a big advocate on just like being proactive, being someone who chases after what you want. I feel like sometimes we write goals and then it's like, okay, how is this gonna happen? So on my journey, first of all, I just want to announce that I finished reading my book. It took me a while, but I did finish reading it because well, that's a thing of the past. I'm starting a new one. I don't know if I'm gonna do an online version or but anyways, I'll let you guys know as we go. But I just wanted to tell you guys a short simple story. Hopefully it's gonna be short. So when I was a child, I was a kid. I'm joking, but what happened was I put on one of my goals that I want to have more speaking engagements, and one of those things was like public speaking. When I came for my studies, and I was like, okay, I can be like a Toastmasters guru, but not everything was as simple as I assumed, right? But then at the same time, that didn't mean that I should just cut out public speaking from my life. I found debate society and I was like, yeah, cool, let's deal with debate. But I used to genuinely enjoy doing both debate and public speaking. So I see this email, so this is about chasing after your dreams, right? So I see this email about Black History Month, right? So if you watch my previous video a few weeks back where I did the 4 a.m. morning routine, day in the life of, you can see that during my prep time I was preparing like a Black Friday speech, right? So what happened was we just received an email kind of telling us that, okay, this Black History Month, this is what's going to be happening. And so as a result, what I did was, okay, I sent an email back and I was like, hello, I see what you've sent us, but I want to be involved in this. I want to do like a speech or something. Can I be involved? At this point in the story, I had nothing. I had no speech. I had nothing, really, nothing to declare on my name, but I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to get back into my public speaking. So I emailed the lady and she got back to me and she was like, oh, thank you for wanting to like be involved. Let's set up a call and all these things. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I tell her that I haven't actually started because I don't know what your theme would be like. Maybe if you tell me like what you guys want, and then I'll just work around the the theme. She told me that it's probably going to be on like bridging cultures and stuff like that. And so I did the speech, and then I went to see her to just say, oh, can you just like have a little run through of it beforehand, so that it's not like by surprise, or it's not something that you don't agree with, because black stories have a little bit of sensitivity around them. So I get on the campus. She wasn't there at the time, but I had to go into the studio and I recorded it. I know it sounds fancy. I didn't even expect that. I was carrying my paper with all the cancellations and everything involved, because at this point I hadn't actually memorized my speech. I was like, I don't want to memorize and then get told off like cancel, because sometimes when you work with people, you get a lot of corrections. Like in my journey anyways, I've received a lot of corrections, and it's when you work with other people, you need to understand that they have their preferences. Like you can look at something and think, oh, this is nice, but it's not nice to them. So at this point I was like, I don't want to invest all of me before she corrects me, so that I can at least like just memorize the correct version. So I recorded in the studio and it was really cool. I was feeling like boss queen, and then it didn't so she got back to me and she was like, oh, listened to your piece, it was beautiful. And I was thinking, okay, she's being polite, let me like because at this point sometimes in my life I get to these points where I start second guessing myself, where I start feeling like that's not good enough. So she says, no, it's perfect, like I have nothing to correct, because I was like, I'm really open to correct it, like if there's anything wrong, please let me know, because like I haven't memorized it, I can still change things a bit. So she was like, no, it's perfect. And I was thinking, right, it's perfect. And because I'm not used to that, this is a therapy session, guys, because I'm not used to people just taking my word for it like on first go. And in my head I started thinking, okay, it's probably because she didn't even know what to expect, and then I just like I was better than the whatever she was imagining, but that doesn't mean that's the best for me, right? So at this point in the story, I would justify that as I'm not a perfectionist, but it's just like now knowing that, okay, this person does approve of this work, but potentially maybe they're not like in the field of like spoken word like that or public speaking like that to say that, oh, this speech is A star or B star, right? So I think that's where you thrive, when no one is putting you under pressure, but it's just you thinking, actually, even if she's fine with it, I'm representing myself out there. Like, I'm literally gonna stand there. I asked for this opportunity. I should prove that it was worth my time. So I've been practicing, but I'm actually hoping that when I stand on that crowd, and when I stand, I don't even know the length, the size of the crowd that's gonna be there. But what I can say for a fact is that I want to put my best foot forward. This is me back in the game after a long while. I don't know when last I did spoken word. Probably like last year, that time when I went to Birmingham. But now it's like, I don't even know, like, this is a small university relatively. I would assume that if there's no food, there's probably going to be 5 people or 3 people that turn up or something like that. I don't actually know. I don't expect a big audience as such. It could be a big, I feel like, because I've never been to any of the events, I don't even know what it would look like. But I know for a fact that I normally go overboard. It's when someone else speaks before me, I realize that maybe I put too much hand gestures into my speech, because when I'm practicing, I include the gestures that I'm gonna be like out of breath, you know, I'm gonna be dramatic. And sometimes I'm like, am I too much for this room? But I like the fact that I've been put at the top. What's my story anyways? So I'm gonna take you guys with me to see it anyways, but my story from this is that it's not all the opportunities that are beautiful just because someone came to you. Like, it's nice when someone says, hey, can you come and talk? But sometimes they get to know you from you initiating an opportunity for yourself. So right now, where I'm going, I stand a chance now because I'm putting myself out there to get someone afterwards who says, oh, hey, I like what you did, can you do something similar for mine, right? I get to be recommended to other things because of the initial effect of putting myself out there. To someone else, it might look like, that's not as great because you put yourself out there. But the reality is, if they called you and I put myself out there, we are both getting the same audience to perform to. So make it make sense. Like, honestly, don't be scared to pursue your goals, your dreams, because you're thinking, well, why would I put myself in such a position? You can, and that's what I'm doing, and I really hope it goes well, because I'm like, I asked for this, I don't want to mess it up as well. Like, the pressure surely is. But anyways, I hope I don't make mistakes. It's so annoying to make mistakes, but what I did realize is that I just need to take my time. So if anything, I hope this has taught you to take charge of what you want to achieve. Like, it's not everything that's going to be handed to you, the violin, take it by force. Put yourself out there, volunteer yourself into that thing, and you'll see what happens. But anyways, let's go. A dream. Now you and me. Today's gonna be a really good, hopefully great video. I'm excited to shoot this one. It's currently like almost 8:30, and I need to make sure that I'm ready because I have class at 10, and I need to make sure that I shower, look for an outfit to wear, and basically show up in my best version. Yeah, I like it still. Okay, this is the jacket we're wearing. I like the fit, guys. Let me show you. It's giving good vibes, good energy. You can't see the vibe, but it actually makes sense on my body. for short. And final year student doing economics. So I'm just going to do a short little speech. Bear with me. I memorized the thing in my head. I hope I remember. Okay. I remember when I was in high school, this girl stood in an attempt to bridge the differences, in an attempt to stop the discrimination instantly. She said, "You cut yourself, blood comes out. I cut myself, blood comes out. We're the same." We clapped, rejoiced in a newly found form of unity, until we stopped and reflected and realized, wait, I cut a mosquito, blood comes out. I cut a dog, blood comes out. That rubric did not suffice to make us the same. But wait, sit back, relax, stay cool, but don't freeze, as I take you on this dreamy diary of a proud Black African who could care less about whether Nigerian or Ghanaian jollof tastes better, but rather rejoices in the African mom meme imitations that remind her that somehow we're all almost the same. It's as if we grew up in the same household. That shared identity unifies us, together with a past traumatized by a brutal background. But listen, in the same breath, we are the overcomers, unified by our dreams. See, I talk of our forefathers who fought their way to victory because they dreamed of today. I speak of legends like Nelson Mandela, who lived 27 years in prison just to rise from prison to president because he had a dream. Now you and me get to decide the future that we create based on our past. Now you could choose to be a victim, wallowing in the past of what happened in the past. Or you could become a victor and choose to make their legacy count. You sit in rooms they could have never. You stand on platforms they could have never. So instead of being an imposter, it's time to take on the courage and make their sacrifice worth it. In the words of Michelle Obama, see your obstacles as building blocks, your vulnerabilities as strengths. See, funny thing is, you never realize the color of your skin until you step out of Africa. But listen, where your differences were is evident. Make it count. If I left you with nothing else, take this. Never let your background keep your back on the ground.
So we've got Vaughan Gethin. So Vaughan Gethin is a very prominent member of the Senate. So.
Okay guys, honestly, God has been too faithful. But anyways guys, I really had a good time. I feel so calm right now because I'm like, wow, it was so good. I forgot my paper, not because like I really wanted it with me, but I just wanted to have backup in case I failed. But I didn't have it, and just like in my spirit, I was just convinced not to write anything. When I got there, I saw familiar faces, people that are used to me, and I was scared that if I make a mistake, these people get to hold it against me for the rest of my existence in this university. But at the same time, I was really feeling like I did not have to have a paper with me, and I was like, but I'm not sure I know the whole speech by heart at this point. But I saw so many people. I was literally, honestly speaking, I was not expecting that many people, but it was a packed room, and I'm surprised. I am overwhelmed. And one of the things that I was just saying was that I put myself out there because I wanted to get more opportunities. This is the aftermath, right? I wanted to get more opportunities for this type of thing. And really, after the presentation, so many people came to just tell me that they enjoyed the performance. And I was really touched because I think sometimes I don't get praise that much. Like I get a few yes, but today it really felt like maybe it was perspective, but I really felt appreciated. I felt valued. I felt loved. I felt like people saw what I did as talent, not just as some random person talking. I remember this particular comment where this guy said, when you started talking, I could tell that the beast had been unlocked. And I really felt so motivated by that. On top of that, what I really wanted happened. So someone did reach out to me afterwards to say, oh hey, can you talk in my next event that's coming up? And I feel honored. I feel really like that's the point. I put myself out there for exposure. I had initially had a little speech that that everyone was fine with, but I knew that I could do better. and I put my best foot forward, and I was like, if for no one else, for myself, I need to perform the best in this performance. And so I did my best. I went out there and I put my best foot forward, and I really got out of it what I wanted. I wanted to make sure that the event is a success, and I hope that it did inspire people. And I really hope that after this, you know, it's only going upward. And one thing that happened as well that I really enjoyed is someone said to me, when you mentioned Michelle Obama, because I did mention her in my speech, and they said, oh, I thought you were going to talk about going higher. And Michelle literally talks about it so much in her book, because I finished reading it, but she talks about it so much that like people identify her as the girl who talks about going higher. So I felt like quite intellectual, because I was like, if this person had asked me this question before I read that book, I would be so clueless. I'll be like, sorry, I just googled this one. But even the one I spoke about was the one I read in her book. So I really think that these tiny things that we take on, they build up and they build your portfolio. But I am so excited that this journey of public speaking for me has resurrected. But anyways, we thank God, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please take initiative. It's time for you to be the change you want to see. Peace.